Okay, in today's class, I'm going to go over Embrilliance design pages and how to save them. Okay, a design page is where designs and letterings and things can come together to form a composition or a scene or whatever you want to call it. Each design on a design page is one of three different types. If you'll notice on this design page right here, the only type I have is the embroidery design. But I can also add lettering designs and I can add library designs, and these will work together. So let me show you how I can do that. Remember yesterday I briefly mentioned the lettering tool. So to do lettering, you come up here to the Create Letters icon, click on that, and notice over here in the Properties panel, it has the ABC because that's what always comes in. And you can change the text right here. So let's assume or imagine I want to call her Penny. Okay. Once I type it in there, I can hit OK, or enter on my keyboard. I can leave the font as it is, or I can come right here and change it to something else that I might like. Okay. I can also change it if I want it to be vertical like this, and I maybe would like her name to be over here beside her, and I think that'd be super cute. The other thing that I can do, so far we have the embroidery design, we have a lettering design, and I'm going to add one more, which is the library design. And if you'll recall, we learned about that a little bit yesterday or in the last class. You come up here to where it says Merge Design, and that's going to open up your library. You will not get this pop-up window. Ignore that, please. So I'll just cancel mine out. When you come here, the catalogs, you'll want to come to the one that says Embrilliance if you're doing what I'm doing. I clicked on Embrilliance, and I'm going to come to, I could check out these frames. But I think I want something a little bit more generic. So here's some some more frames. So I'm going to click on this one. That's the one I've decided I wanted. I can double click on it or say OK. And I'm going to change it so it'll fit around my penny. I think I'll twirl it this way first of all. And then I'm going to stretch it so she can fit in there. Her name and she and her name can both fit. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's Miss Penny, and I can move her down like that. So again, what we have in this design page are three different types of designs. We have the embroidery design, the lettering design, the lettering design, and the library design. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I did want to show you some other things too once you're in this design page. So what I want to show you is I can lock this so I can no longer move it. If I highlight it right here and I lock it by coming up here and click the lock, I'm not going to be able to move it anymore. Once I click off of it and come back here, there's nothing I can do with it. Let me show you this though. I'm going to right now, you see that little lock right there? I'm going to unlock it. I've got to highlight it and unlock it. And now it's no longer locked. So notice I can move it again. So while it's selected, as I said, I'm going to lock it. Now it's locked, but I can still move it until I click off. Once I click off and then I try to get it, I can no longer move it. In addition to locking it, I can lock it and hide it by doing that, and it doesn't even appear that it's there. Okay, and then I can click on it and show it again and unlock it. All right, so that was just a little tidbit. All right, now, the BE file is a working file. And these are designs that can be edited. Once you save your file as a PES or JEF or HUS, whatever type of file format your machine uses, that's not really editable. And I'll show you what I'm talking about now. So when I go to save this design page, I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to say Save stitch and working. Save as stitch and working. It's going to come down here and want me to put in a file name. So I'm going to name this Penny Chicken, so we can tell the difference between what I already had. And it's going to have me to save as a type, and I'll save it as a PES because that's what I have. But notice if I grab this arrow here, I could save it as any one of these file types depending on what my specific embroidery machine needs. So I would just say save. When I save this, it's going to automatically save the working file and my stitch file. Okay, so I'm going to X this one out, and let's look and see what we have. If we go to open, look at Penny Chicken, Penny Chicken. You saw me, I just saved it once, but it automatically saved it as my stitch file, and it saved it as a working file. So now I want to show you the difference between the two, and why in the world do you care if you have both? Well, let's open the PES file or the stitch file first, whatever format you use. This is the thing that you're going to save onto your thumb drive, your USB drive, to take to your machine. Your machine can read these stitch files. It cannot read the working file. But in addition to that, I want you to look at this. Over here in the Objects panel, you see Penny Chicken. That's the name. We can expand it so we can see all the little components that make it up. And we can even see right here is the name. Now, I can do a few things with this here. I can edit it a bit. I can change its color by coming over here. I can change its size. Oops. Let's get Penny. Let's get this selected again. Need to come over here. It's easiest. Here. There we go. And I can change its size. I can rotate it using this blue button. Blue circle. But let's pretend that I didn't really want it to say Penny. I wanted it to say Benny. Well, I'm unable to change any spellings or errors or anything like that I've made here. I can't even make the lettering go this way horizontally. This is the stitch file. You can change some things, but not everything. So I'm going to X this out. It's going to ask me, do I want to change or save my changes? I'll say no, because I don't care. So no. Okay, now let's go and open the working file and see the difference. So here it is. Notice it says working file, and it was saved at the same time. And if you'll notice something, look at the size of it. It's 234K, where this one's 99. And that's because this one has a lot more information saved in it. So let's open this and see what we can do now. All right, check this out. When you look over here in the Objects panel, it's just not a big, long list of objects that make this up. It's got the embroidery design, it's got the lettering design, and it has the library design. So if we click on the letters, check this out. Look what we see down here. We can change this. Remember I said maybe her name was supposed to be, or its name was supposed to be Benny? I can easily change this to a B over here. Hit enter, and voila, it's changed right here. I can change it if I don't want my text vertical. I can change it right here. And I could actually make it like that if I wanted Benny's name to be like that. There's more things that I could do, but that's probably as much as I want to get into now. My main thing I wanted to show you was the difference between the two types of files, the stitch file and the BE or the working file. The working file allows you to edit lots of stuff, okay? Now, if we go up here, we're done editing this, and we go here to save. We just have to click save. It's going to save things. Let's see, what did it save? Let's go back here and we can look. Okay, now we have a Penny Chicken like this, and it changed it to Benny, and the working file is like this. Okay, just as a recap, I'm showing you the two different types of files right now. The one you're looking at right now is the BE, or the working file. If you look over here in the Objects panel, you'll see that there is the embroidery part, and it has all of these little pieces that make up the embroidery part. And then there's the frame, which came from the library. And it's actually an applique, so I would change how this is ordered. If I were doing this in real life, if I'm just letting this stitch out like a stitch file, it's fine to be right there. If it's applique, I would probably change the order of these, but we'll get more into that again later. Also, the final thing is the letters, and we can change those. So here's the difference. This is the working file, right? We can change all kinds of things here. Then on the other hand, here is the stitch file, the file that's going to be sent to your machine. And all it has are all of these steps in the object panel. Okay? All of these steps. And if you wanted to change the name Benny to Benni, we would come over here. If I want to change that to say Benni, it's not very easy to do here in the stitch file, remember? However, again, if you go back to the working file, that's this one, we can easily click on Benny Letters. And it comes up with this. We see where the text has been typed. I can backspace one, turn that into an I, and hit enter. And now it's Benni. And then I would just save it. When I save this, it's going to save the working file, and it's going to overwrite the stitch file. Okay, let's X this out. No. Let's go back and see for sure what we have. If we open, here are the two files. The working file, remember, Benni, and the stitch file has been also changed to be Benni. So I hope this helped give you a little bit of insight into using the BE working file and the stitch file. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like this, and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions about anything. Also, check out my links down below if you're in the market to buy something. Thanks again for joining me. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.